Right, I'm off to some waterfalls near Buttermere. Why not come with me and see what images we can capture? Oh, good afternoon. You find me out and about in the Lake District again. And I've come to a similar area to a few of my latest videos. I think it is when I'm under stress and can't think of anywhere, I sort of almost default to certain areas, and I think that's what's happened today. But yeah, we've come to Buttermere and we've parked at Gates Garth Farm, which is a reasonable £4, which I think is very good compared to some car parks. And we're going to a waterfall that I have captured images of from a distance but never got up close. So let's just see if I don't know whether it's somewhere behind me there. I'm not quite sure whether we can see it. As I say, the problem with this a camera is the screen's very small and it's difficult to tell, but it's there behind me. So yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we'll go along. There's a path that sort of goes up a height a little, and we'll take that and work our way along to the falls and then see what we can capture. So yeah, I just thought it's somewhere I know, somewhere I've never not been to the falls as such before, so I thought we'd come along, see what images we can capture. So yeah, hopefully it'll be a good afternoon, although we are likely to have rain before the end of the day, so it could be that we get a little bit damp, so we'll see how it goes. But anyway, we'll stop rambling there and we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've made it to Comb Beck. Keep wanting to call it Comb Gill, but no, it's Comb Beck. And you can see it there. There's Buttermere down there, and obviously coming up here and that. And as we look up there, there's a variety of falls. So what I'm going to do is, so put my camera bag down, get my camera out and try and work out some compositions. And then what I'll do after that, or maybe stop to show you some of them, we're going to work down and towards Buttermere. Because I have a feeling, although I could be wrong, it has been known, that below where you can see there's some quite impressive falls down at that bit. So yeah, we're at the top, we're not going to go any higher. I don't think there's going to be much up there. So, and it had started raining, it stopped again. I have put my waterproof my cagoule on, and because I think once it does start raining properly it's going to stick to the afternoon. And I have a feeling that up there is high style, which I think is the highest peak along this ridge here. So yeah, So we'll stop waffling on, see what we can find, and we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've come up with our first composition. From a distance, this, although it's a fairly small fault, there was just something that caught my eye. And sometimes I think, rather than thinking things through, it's better to go with the gut instinct. Yeah, I want to capture that bit there. So we're a little precarious, not in serious danger, but you can see there's the tripod, and we're on. We'll come round here. I just need to be careful because you can see we're on quite a bank here. I don't know what it was that caught my eye, but so yeah, and then we just go up here a little bit. We'll see round. We've got some more falls that we're going to go to next, but I was just going to show you what we've actually done. If I can, I kneel down. Whoop! It's a little slippery in place. If I get into right there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to record through the stills camera as well, and we'll show you the image. I've already taken I've taken all the images, but I did an earlier composition where I just focused in on the fall there, and the lens was at a full 70mm. But now, and that I'll probably do as a square crop. But I've made it slightly wide angle so I can get, and there's the fall coming across the frame there. And probably what I'm going to do, I don't like to have bits in that are a bit superfluous, so there's the bit there and there's a bit at the other side, so probably not quite a square, but maybe do it a 5 before rather than the standard 6 before. As I've mentioned numerous times, when in video mode it does chop the top off a bit, so in the actual picture you can see a bit more over there and a bit more at the bottom here. So it should look quite good. I've taken a variety of shutter speeds with and without the use of an ND filter, and I've also got a polarizer on, circular polarizer, just to darken the glisten. So yeah, I think those should look quite good. What we're going to come up with next, I don't know. We're just going to have a wander around here because there's a myriad of compositions, I'm sure. So yeah, that's on. We'll put the best of the images up and we'll see you a little bit later. Right, we're at these falls just beside, that's where we were before. We've come across here, we spent quite a bit of time here, and you can see there's the tripod and the camera, and you can see at the moment I've actually got the long lens on. But what I started off by doing was concentrating on just zooming in on that little bit there. I felt that was the right thing to do, and it probably again crop it to something like a 5 before. And then what I've done, that was with this what I'd call the standard zoom, the 24 to 70. And then I put the long lens on, and what I've been doing is just zooming in onto certain more should we call it intimate landscapes where we've just gone on to a certain point. So I think we've got as much as we're going to get here. As I say, we've been here a little while, so what we're going to do now is starting to head back down. There are some various falls that I've seen as I came up to here from the path, and I believe that there might be something a bit more interesting further down. So yeah, so I'll pack the camera up and we'll start heading down and see what we can find. And yeah, we'll put some images up from here and we'll see you a little bit later. Right, well, we've come down to this stretch a bit lower down. I mean, you can see my bag down there. There is a bit of a fall there, and then as we come up, there's this one curling round here. And what I decided to do was get very low, and I was sat next to the camera, so the camera's very low, and we've got those big rocks in the foreground and the water behind. Not quite sure what it's going to come out like, but it's just a little bit different. So yeah, what we're going to do is, if those, which image of those is the best, we'll put up on the video, but we're just going to have a bit of a mooch around, see if there's anything else. And if there's any decent images, I'll put those up as well, and then we're going to head a bit further down. So yeah, it's been quite a nice afternoon so far. So yeah, I mean, obviously waterfalls do vary depending on how much water there's coming down, and there's quite a bit of water at the moment. So yeah, anyway, we'll see you a bit later. you've seen from the B-roll, I've worked a bit further down, and I've come to this bit here where there's this rock where there's a waterfall, but I'm glad I swapped sides, because from the other side of the river you just wouldn't see that, or the beck. So what I want to do, I want to show you on the stills camera. So if we start that recording, hopefully there we can see now. So yeah, so what I want to show you and I'm probably gonna do it as a 16:9, which is what the video is. But we've got the waterfall here, but it's just in the corner, and then we've got Buttermere, Fleetwood Pike, and then the other mountains around. And I just think it makes quite a good scene. I have seen possibly a picture from here very similar, and I have seen similar images from other rivers, etc. I think it's quite good where you've got the waterfall, yet you can see the vista around it. So yeah, we'll just stop that there. So yeah, that's that one there. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Hopefully it'll come out quite good, and if it does, we'll put it up on the video, and then we're gonna start to work further down. I don't know if we just get down to the bit literally just sort of just down there, whether we can look back and get an image or not, we'll have to see. So yeah, no, it's all going quite well, and I think timing's going to work out quite well. It's gone 3 o'clock now. I would imagine by the time I get back down to the path by the lake there, it's going to be gone 4. Hopefully I'll be back to the van by 5 and then drive home. So yeah, anyway, we'll put this image up and we'll see you a little bit later. Right, we're now back on the path that goes round the lake. I'm just heading back to the van. You will have seen I did take last talk to you, I said about possibly dropping down and taking an image. Well, I did work my way down and I took an image, and I think it was quite good, so that will have been put up in the B-roll. and then we've been coming down, and I did decide that would be my last image of the day, because obviously I need to get home for tea, etc. Although we're not desperately rushed, there's still plenty of time, but I decided, and I haven't been unaccustomed with this Beck. It's absolutely brilliant. There was lots of ones coming further down that might have made good images, so yeah, it's definitely a place to come back to, and maybe just start at the bottom where you saw the bridge that I crossed, or you will on the B-roll. I'm not quite sure what stage the B-roll finishes. I sometimes overlap it with when I'm talking, so yeah, but maybe from the path work our way up and see what images we can come up with. And obviously, as with a lot of these things, it does depend on the weather and the amount of water coming down. But that shot that I took with the waterfall in the corner, or the rapids, or whatever you want to call them, in the corner, yeah, that could be brilliant depending on what sort of light you've got on the hills and that around. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this afternoon. I must admit, I really struggled to get myself motivated to come out. I could have quite happily stayed in bed all day, but anyway, it's been a great afternoon, and although come to an area that I'm very familiar with, came to a section of that I'm not familiar with. I've never particularly photographed close up the waterfalls on Comb Beck, which is where we were today. I have done them from the other side and that, but no, it was well worth going up. I can imagine if you go when there's not much water, it may not be as good, but yeah, no, that's brilliant. And I just want to thank everybody who watches and has subscribed and clicks the likes, etc. And mentioning that, if you have enjoyed the video, please click the thumbs up. And if you like what I'm doing and you regularly watch but you haven't subscribed, do consider subscribing, because it does great things for the algorithm, and we're trying to make the channel grow. So, and we're getting to the stage where we will be eligible to get some funding from YouTube adverts. So I'm not quite sure whether you see adverts already before the videos, and Google's pocketing all the money. But if we can go shares on that, I will get some money, and that would be brilliant. Because what I'm hoping that as time goes on, can earn a bit of money from this, and it will be a supplement to my pensions, etc. So yeah, because we're over 1,000 subscribers. The next thing we've got to hit is a moving average of over 4,000 hours, an annual, which we are actually over, but Google takes a few days to verify that, so it's always a few days behind. So shortly I'll do that. So I'm sorry if people don't like adverts. I don't really. I do skip them as quick as I can, but hopefully it'll be a way of just earning a little bit of money from this, because I mean, I do put a lot of effort into this, and to no financial gain, and obviously driving out the equipment, etc. It all mounts up. Although I do enjoy it, it would be useful to get a little bit of return. So yeah, so and to that end, I'm contemplating trying to concentrate more on the YouTube and less on other things. and hopefully maybe get 2 videos out a week. And here we are on Thursday, and a video did come out last night about a walk around Keswick, and that seems to have gone down very well, which is brilliant. And this one on Thursday, the aim is to get it up for Sunday. Not quite sure what's happening after that. There's a few family things going on at the moment, so I'm finding it difficult. I was hoping to have maybe gone away this weekend, but our grandsons are stopping over, etc. So really need to be at home for that. Can't just leave my wife to look after them on her own. So yeah, but we'll try and think up somewhere new to come, an area where we haven't been to at all, and if we can start getting away a bit, we'll maybe go further afield, into the Dales or up into Scotland or cross into Northumberland. So that should be good. Or as nice as the Lake District is, it's good on occasions to go somewhere else. So yeah, don't think there's anything else particular. I have rambled on a bit at the end here, so we'll stop there and we'll say we'll see you on the next video.